Picture this. It's 3 a.m. You're sound asleep. Suddenly, you hear a sound that could curdle milk. Is it a demon? An intruder? No. It's your cat staring directly into your soul, demanding something. Food? Attention? The nuclear launch codes? You look at that fluffy little face and think, I'd do anything for you. We all would. We buy them the best food, the fanciest toys they'll ignore for a cardboard box. But what if the little things we think are acts of love are actually taking years off their life? Today, we're uncovering 5 sneaky, non-obvious habits that might be shortening your cat's 9 lives. And trust me, number 3 is a game changer you probably never considered. Before we dive in, drop your furry overlord's name in the comments below. Let's see who's ruling the most households here. To understand how to help them live longer, we got to get inside their weird, wonderful little brains. Remember, your cat isn't a small furry dog. They're tiny, domesticated apex predators who, deep down, still think they're lions ruling the Serengeti, which in their case is your living room. They are masters of hiding pain, professional nappers, and they communicate in ways that are so subtle we clumsy humans often miss the signs completely. They see us not as owners, but as, very tall, clumsy, can-opening staff members, and it's our job as loyal staff to keep the CEO of the house happy and healthy for as long as possible, even if it means outsmarting their own sneaky self-destructive instincts. So let's get to it. First up is a habit born from pure love, the always full food bowl, or as I like to call it, the free-feeding fiasco. We think a full bowl means a happy, secure cat. It's a sign of our abundance and care. We're basically telling them, my sweet, perfect angel, never shall you know the slightest pang of hunger. It comes from a good place. We don't want them to worry about their next meal, especially when we're out at work, slaving away to afford their premium, grain-free, wild-caught, salmon-flavoured kibble that costs more per pound than our own groceries. It seems like the kindest thing to do, a constant buffet for our tiny king or queen. But this gesture of endless love can have some seriously unintended consequences that go way beyond just a little extra pudge on their belly. We're accidentally ignoring their deepest instincts. Here's the science bit. Cats in the wild are not grazers like cows, calmly munching on grass all day. They are burst hunters. Their entire biology, from their razor-sharp teeth to their lightning-fast metabolism, is wired for a very specific cycle. Hunt, catch, kill, eat. They expend energy, then they refuel with a small, protein-rich meal. Leaving a mountain of kibble out 27 completely short-circuits this ancient, hardwired instinct. It turns our sleek, magnificent predator into, a furry couch potato with a permanent, all-you-can-eat snack bar. This constant access to food can lead to boredom eating, which is a very real thing in cats, just like it is for us humans when we find ourselves staring into the fridge at midnight for no reason at all. They eat not because they're hungry, but because it's there and they have nothing better to do. And that leads to the most obvious and dangerous risk, obesity. Vets report that over half of domestic cats are overweight or obese. And just like in humans, obesity in cats is a gateway to a whole parade of horrible health problems. We're talking feline diabetes, painful arthritis, putting immense pressure on their delicate joints, heart disease, respiratory issues, and even certain types of cancer. It puts a tremendous strain on their entire body. Think about it. Carrying even 1 extra pound is a huge deal for a creature that only weighs 10 pounds to begin with. It's the equivalent of a 150-pound person carrying an extra 15-pound weight vest everywhere they go, every single day. It's exhausting and it's damaging over time, significantly shortening their active, happy and playful years. So what's the answer? Ditch the buffet and become a personal chef. It's all about scheduled meals. It's that simple. Feed your cat 2 to 3 small, properly measured meals a day. This mimics their natural eating pattern, and most importantly, gives you complete control over their calorie intake. You can even make it more interesting and enriching by using puzzle feeders or food dispensing toys. These magical devices engage their brain, satisfy that dormant hunting instinct, and make them work a little for their food. It turns mealtime from a boring 2-second scarf fest into an engaging activity. It's a win-win situation. They get mental stimulation and a healthier body, and you get a happier cat that might just be with you for many more years. All right, let's move on to our second sneaky habit, creating the indoor-only bubble of boredom. Now hear me out. We keep our cats exclusively indoors to protect them, and that is a fantastic and responsible instinct. Outside, there are cars, predators, poisons, diseases. The world is a genuinely scary place for a 10-pound ball of fluff with zero street smarts. We create a safe, cosy sanctuary for them, a climate-controlled bubble where nothing can possibly harm them. We pat ourselves on the back for being such great pet parents. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A safe life isn't always a fulfilling life. In our quest to protect them from every physical harm, have we accidentally created a gilded cage, a prison of mind-numbing boredom? A sterile, unchanging environment can be just as damaging to a cat's mental health over time. Let's go back to their brains. A cat's mind is a tiny, powerful supercomputer designed almost exclusively for one purpose: hunting. It is exquisitely wired to track, stalk, pounce, and solve complex, life-or-death problems. When that supercomputer is locked in an unchanging apartment with nothing new to see, smell, or interact with day after day, it starts to glitch out. This is what vets and behaviourists call a lack of environmental enrichment. This chronic boredom leads to chronic stress, which can manifest in all sorts of behaviours we label as bad. Is your cat clawing the absolute heck out of your brand new sofa, peeing on your favourite rug, over-grooming until they have bald spots? It might not be because they're a bad cat, it's because their brain is screaming for stimulation. Chronic stress is a silent killer for cats, just as it is for humans. It secretes hormones like cortisol that over time weaken the immune system, making them more susceptible to all kinds of illnesses. It can lead to severe anxiety and depression. More alarmingly, it can cause very real, very painful physical conditions like feline idiopathic cystitis, a severe bladder inflammation that is directly linked to stress. So, while you're successfully protecting them from being hit by a car, you might be inadvertently creating an internal environment of stress that slowly wears down their body and their spirit from the inside. A bored cat is an unhealthy cat, and an unhealthy cat simply will not live as long as a happy, mentally engaged one. It's a crucial connection that so many well-meaning owners completely miss. The solution isn't to just open the door and wish them luck. Of course not. It's to bring the outside in a safe and controlled way. This is where you get to be a creative cat architect. Consider building a catio, an enclosed patio where they can safely experience the sights and smells of the outdoors. Set up bird feeders outside a main window to create what we call cat TV. It's more engaging than any reality show, I promise. Most importantly, provide vertical spaces. Cat trees, shelves, and window perches are essential because cats feel safer and more in control of their territory when they're up high. And rotate their toys. A toy they haven't seen in a month is like a brand new toy. Make their environment dynamic and engaging, and you'll give their hunt a brain, the daily workout it desperately craves. Okay, cat parents, time for some real talk with habit number 3, ignoring the silent signs, aka the great dental disaster. Let's be brutally honest with ourselves. How many of us, on a regular basis, intentionally pry open our cat's mouth and take a good, long look inside? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not exactly a pleasant experience for anyone involved. They squirm. You feel like you're betraying their trust. And their breath. My goodness, their breath could knock a buzzard off a garbage truck from 100 paces. So we just don't look. We assume that if they're still eating their food, everything must be fine in there. We might notice that foul breath and just chalk it up to normal cat breath, an unavoidable part of life. This is one of the most common and most dangerous assumptions a cat owner can possibly make. That normal cat breath you're smelling is almost always the first sign of periodontal disease. It is not normal. It's the smell of bacteria running rampant in their mouth. It starts with plaque, which hardens into brown, crusty tartar. This irritates the gums, causing gingivitis. You'll see a red, angry line where the teeth meet the gums. If that's left untreated, it progresses to full-blown periodontitis, where the bacteria gets deep under the gum line and starts to literally eat away at the tissues and bone that support the teeth. It is incredibly, excruciatingly painful. Imagine having a constant throbbing toothache that you have absolutely no way of telling anyone about. That is the hidden reality for millions of cats across the world, and their owners are often completely unaware. Here is the truly terrifying part that will change how you think about cat breath forever. The massive load of bacteria from that infected mouth doesn't just stay in the mouth. It gets into the cat's bloodstream every time they eat or even groom themselves. From there, it can travel throughout the entire body and shower their major organs, the heart, the kidneys, the liver, with a constant low-grade stream of inflammatory bacteria day in and day out. This can lead directly to heart disease, kidney failure, and other life-threatening systemic illnesses. Veterinarians have proven a direct and undeniable link between poor dental health and a significantly shorter lifespan. That stinky mouth is literally poisoning your cat from the inside out, slowly but surely. So what can we do to stop this silent killer? First, get brave. Start looking in your cat's mouth regularly. It might not be fun, but it's necessary. Look for red gums, brown tartar, or broken teeth. Second, talk to your veterinarian about professional dental cleanings under anaesthesia. Yes, they can be expensive, but they are absolutely essential for long-term health. Third, and this is the holy grail of cat care, try at-home maintenance. Brushing their teeth daily with a cat-specific toothpaste is the gold standard. I know, it sounds impossible, but many cats can be trained to accept it with patience and lots of treats. If not, there are dental treats, water additives, and special dental diets that can help reduce plaque. Anything is better than nothing. Tackling their dental health is one of the single most impactful things you can do to add healthy years to your cat's life. Moving on to habit number 4, which is falling for the just water myth, leading to hydration horrors. We leave a bowl of fresh water out. We change it daily. We've done our job. Right. Hydration. Check. But here's a mind-blowing fact about our feline friends. Cats have a naturally low thirst drive. This is an evolutionary holdover. Their ancestors were desert animals who evolved to get the vast majority of their moisture from their prey. Think about it. Mice, birds, lizards. They are all little juicy packets of meat that are about 70% water. Our domestic cats inherited this trait. They often don't feel the sensation of thirst until they are already on the path to dehydration. So that pristine bowl of still water you lovingly put out for them, to their ancient desert brain, it's often an unappealing last resort option. This low-level chronic dehydration is incredibly common in house cats, and it's especially dangerous for those who are fed a diet consisting only of dry kibble. Dry food has a very, very low moisture content, typically only around 10%. When a cat eats only dry food, their body is in a constant state of water deficit, day after day, year after year. This puts an enormous, relentless strain on their kidneys. Their tiny kidneys have to work overtime, 24/7, to concentrate their urine as much as possible, desperately trying to conserve every last drop of water to keep the body functioning. Over the years, this incredible strain can lead directly to one of the most common and deadly diseases in older cats, chronic kidney disease, or CKD. It's a devastating diagnosis that is in many cases entirely preventable with proper hydration. So why are they so darn picky about their water? Again, it's all about instinct. In the wild, a pool of still or stagnant water is a breeding ground for dangerous bacteria and parasites. It's a health risk. Running water, like a stream or a spring, is much safer and fresher. This is precisely why so many cats are absolutely obsessed with drinking from a running faucet. It's not just them being weird little guys, it's their deep-seated survival instincts kicking in. They also instinctively dislike it when their water bowl is placed right next to their food bowl. In nature, predators don't contaminate their clean water source with their kill. Simply moving the water bowl to a different location, away from the food, can instantly make it more appealing to them. How do we fix this and become hydration heroes? The number one most effective way to boost your cat's hydration is to incorporate wet food into their diet. Canned or pouch food has a moisture content of around 80%, which is very similar to their natural prey. This provides essential hydration with every single meal, taking the pressure off them to drink enough water on their own. Another fantastic tool is a cat water fountain. It keeps the water circulating, which mimics that safe, running stream, aerates the water to make it taste better, and actively encourages drinking. Also use wide, shallow bowls instead of deep, narrow ones. Many cats hate the feeling of their sensitive whiskers touching the sides of the bowl. It's a real thing called whisker fatigue. By making water delicious and accessible, you're protecting their kidneys and potentially adding years to their life. And finally, our fifth non-obvious habit, underestimating the power of play, also known as the laser pointer trap. We all know we're supposed to play with our cats, so we get the laser pointer out. We watch them go absolutely bonkers, chasing that little red dot all over the walls and floor, and we laugh our heads off. It's great exercise, right? They're running, they're jumping, they're panting, they're thoroughly entertained. We feel like we've done our duty as great cat parents. But what if I told you that relying solely on a laser pointer for playtime could actually be creating deep-seated frustration and anxiety in your cat? It's a classic case of a good intention with a potentially harmful and completely unseen psychological side effect. It's a ton of fun for us, but for them, it can be a mental nightmare. Let's go back to that hunt, catch, kill, eat sequence one last time. This sequence is the absolute core of a cat's psychological well-being. Play for a cat is not just random fun. It is a direct simulation of hunting. It's a deep, powerful, instinctual need that has to be fulfilled. To feel satisfied, they need to go through the whole sequence. They need to stalk their prey, the toy. They need to chase it. And this is the most crucial part. They need to physically catch it. They need to feel it in their paws, sink their teeth and claws into it, and perform the final kill bite. This physical capture provides a profound sense of completion and releases feel-good chemicals in their brain. It tells their brain, mission accomplished. The hunt was successful. I am a good cat. The laser pointer completely and utterly breaks this sacred cycle. They hunt, they chase like their life depends on it, but they can never, ever, ever catch the red dot. It is a phantom prey, an untouchable ghost. There is no catch. There is no kill. There is no satisfaction, no resolution, no closure. Imagine chasing something you desperately want, pouring all your energy and focus into it, only to have it vanish into thin air every single time you get close. It would be maddening. For cats over time, this can lead to obsessive-compulsive behaviours like chasing shadows or reflections. It can create a state of constant anxiety and frustration because their hunting instinct was fully triggered but never, ever resolved. It's like a computer program stuck in an endless, frustrating loop. This doesn't mean you have to throw your laser pointer in the trash. They can still be a part of the fun, but you have to use them correctly. The solution is simple. Always end the laser session by allowing a catch. After they've had a good chase, land the red dot on a physical toy, like a stuffed mouse or a kicker toy, that they can pounce on and kill. This provides that crucial sense of accomplishment. The best toys are interactive wand toys, like Darbird, that mimic the movement of birds or insects. This allows you to control the prey and guarantee a successful hunt. Always end every play session with a definitive catch, followed by a small, high-value treat or their dinner. This perfectly completes the hunt, catch, kill, eat cycle, leaving them tired, happy, and mentally satisfied. A satisfied cat is a stress-free cat, and a stress-free cat is a healthier, longer-living companion. So there you have it, 5 things that seem so innocent: the ever-full food bowl, the super-safe indoor life, ignoring that stinky breath, the simple water bowl, and the easy fun of a laser dot. Now you know the secrets hiding behind these everyday habits and how to turn them into powerful, life-extending acts of love. Being a cat parent is a weird and wonderful journey. They may be tiny tyrants who wake us up at dawn and knock our favourite mugs off the counter just to watch them fall, but they fill our lives with so much joy and laughter. Making these small changes isn't about being a perfect owner. It's about being an informed one. It's about giving them the best possible chance at a long, healthy, and ridiculously happy life by our sides. If you learnt something new today, please pounce on that like button and subscribe for more cat secrets. Share this video with another cat lover in your life. You might just help them add years to their best friend's life. Now for our final question. What is the single weirdest thing your cat does that you absolutely love? Let us know in the comments below.